Good evening, kings and queens. Good evening, kings and queens. This is the Grind Hard Dream Big Show. Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa. We're in 2021, y'all. 2021. Yes, yes, yes. I got a queen in the building, y'all. She's been consistent on her grind, doing what she wants to do, minding her own black business, and being an advocate, front line for the DMV music community. The one and only DJ Mafia.
Hi. What's up? Thank you so much for having me, Jay.
Nah, for real though. The pleasure. The fact that you took the time out your busy schedule to be here.
No,
I appreciate
family,
you.
For real,
I appreciate that. For L.
Too.
So, DJ Mafia, for the people that don't know who you are, just get into that. Like, who are you? How, the DJ thing, how did it all come about?
So, I'm DJ Mafia. I am from Delaware. Moved here in 2015 from North Carolina. That's where I was going to college. I've always wanted to DJ, probably since like my freshman year of college, 2011. My uncle and my granddad both are DJs, so it's kind of just always been around me. And one spring break at South by Southwest in 2015 just convinced me to really take it seriously. So I dropped out of school, transferred my job from Buffalo Wild Wings in Virginia Beach to Buffalo Wild Wings here in Bowie, and from there it just kind of took off.
That's all right. So everything was on the ups. So, like, the notion from being from Delaware, the 302 to the 301, the transition for you, gig-wise, or how you was trying to plant your feet in, DJing and doing your thing, how was that for you? Like, when you first touched down, how was that?
To be honest, like, you're one of the first people to really, like, put me on for real DJing. I got my first DJ internship. Shout out to Travis, DJ 100. Then I got a second internship through that one, World Media Net at the Harbor. And from there, just networks, connections, working at Buffalo Wild Wings. You never know who you'll meet working in the service industry, because everybody likes to drink and everybody likes to eat. So that alone just really gave me organic connections to DJing, just word of mouth. I didn't have Instagram like the first year or two that I was DJing, honestly. So yeah, from there, that's how I was able to just gain a organic following. Booked a couple of shows with you. We did Fillmore.
Yeah.
Planet Asia, Cafe
Asia. Fillmore.
Where else?
Tacoma Station.
Yeah, Tacoma Station Tavern. Yeah. So we did those all in 2015, and then just from there, just keeping that network strong.
For sure.
Hard.
Yeah, we was going crazy too, Like the fact that you was just able to, do your thing. And I'm like, man, you know what? I'm all in. I invest, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's like, okay, you know what? You're serious. I'm serious. We're going to build. We're going to make this happen. So networking is definitely key. So segueing into the beer thing, because I know, like I said, you going crazy with the beer and just doing your thing. Brews and Views, like, how did that come about?
So actually, I know we done did this like a couple of times. It's reminding me of things that I should have mentioned before. But Brews and Views, what it means, for real, it was originally for girls. So Brews and Views, like visually, like you would see like beautiful women. And then it's your views. We're speaking on our views over certain topics over brews. So that's why it's called Brews and Views. And then I planned on doing it somewhere like different. So like somewhere at the beach or somewhere where it's just nice and scenic, so that could also be a view. And they just all tie together, but it still applies. It started off as a podcast, an informative and visual podcast to influence beer culture amongst millennials of color. I've been working in the beer industry now for 3 years. I work with Miller Lite, with Budweiser, with Stella, and just really learned a lot of things about the lack of representation in the beer industry for Black people. So just creating an outlet, honestly, for us, by us, and to say, even though that they don't really target us in the beer market, we do drink beer, and it is, it's possible to actually have that connection because I think what also happens too is that curators, they don't have the knowledge of the service industry. So when they book an event, they're not understanding why they're paying so much money or why that GM doesn't want to have them back because maybe their staff didn't make money. Maybe your show was a success, but maybe your guests didn't buy drinks. You know what I'm saying?
So it's a lot of angles, a lot
the
of
venue
variables.
owner isn't going to look at it as an asset to them as they are to you. So Brews and Views kind of bridges that gap between knowing the service industry, knowing the profit margin of sales, having a staff, having a show, who you have to accommodate, who you have to compensate, and really just trying to educate people so that when we are out of this pandemic, that when we do go back into doing shows, people will really know how to make money.
Okay, that's cool. So you basically try to give people that, you know, that financial literacy tip of how to do everything and how to grind.
Views,
you feel me?
You know, I will be extremely informative. That's why it's like a visual and informative platform because it looks good, but you're also learning things like as you go. So you're learning about beer, you're learning about the beer industry because even beer jobs, you know, it's not like you could just go on whatever job site and you'll just see like beer sales rep.
Right.
Like it's really a word of mouth kind of job, and it's because it's such a very relaxed kind of like, you know, do it yourself kind of job. So but yeah, just educating people that, you know, drinking beer is just the same as drinking alcohol. You know, one beer is one shot and it's cheaper. Living in DC, you know, I'd rather spend like $6 or $7 on a Stella than me spending like $12 to $15 on a Jameson or a Hennessy. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it. It's financial literacy, it's education, it's nice views. So,
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not really into beer. I'm sorry. But I'm not, like I said, for me, I'm willing to try new things. Like I said, I'm kind of old school with it.
There are so
you feel
many
me?
beers.
So, like I know about the
probably
Miller
had, like,
Lights,
a Heineken,
the Coors, you know what I'm
Sam
saying?
Adams, and
know what I'm
like
saying?
the basic generic beers that people
You
drink.
feel me?
Yeah, definitely.
Corona.
We'll have to put you on to the Zazas of the beers.
He said the Zazas of the beers.
You've been drinking mids, the mids of the beers.
The mids of the
That's
beers.
you've been drinking,
Yeah.
and we'll have to put you on.
Because I ain't gonna lie, the last beer I had was a Corona. Before the virus, before the pandemic,
Yo,
you know, you feel me?
Something really
That's
wild?
crazy, you feel me?
Coronas are always better with limes because it just cuts the flavor because it kind of is like, I don't know, Coronas remind me of like the tap water beer. So like when putting in a lime in it, it definitely cuts that flavor a little bit. But the first time I've ever seen anybody put pomegranate, it's actually pomegranate, grenadine, and a Corona was here. Like in Maryland.
Oh wow! So
like
grenadine in the jump.
Corona and put the grenadine in it. And I'm like, what the hell is this?
That's weird.
Listen, I'm telling you, that is a thing here.
Okay, so grenadine in the Corona. Like I said, for me personally, it's like, bruh, like, okay, like I get a Corona nowadays. It's like you got to be cautious when you order. Like, yeah, Corona, hold the virus. You know, I'll be good. But you know, it's crazy.
Gosh.
In the pandemic and all, man, just moving and working, man. It's just been a great thing to see. So Soul Mega, also like being an ambassador of that too. How were you able to, you know, make that connection? Because I believe they Black owned, right?
Yes,
yeah,
Soul Mega is, I believe there's actually 3. I've been reading different things, but I know for sure that they are one of 2 or 3 Black-owned beer companies in D.C.
That's what's up. That's definitely what's up.
I was put on medical leave, you know, at the beginning of COVID when I was managing for Stella, and, you know, I was just really studying the market, you know, studying and researching who was doing what, and Soul Mega had came up because, a friend of mine, Tristan, actually was DJing, I think at Braxton. I think that's what it's called, Braxton, or I think that's what it's called. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But I believe he was DJing there, and they had Soul Mega, and it was just really, it was promo. He had it at the front of his, like, turntable. So I clicked on their page, and I was like, oh, wow, like, this is amazing. And I DM'd them, and I'm like, hey, like, I have Brews and Views. I'm managing for Stella right now. If you guys want a network collab, and they reached back out to me. You know, their team is extremely small, so I said, hey, if you guys want me to, like, come on board as just a brand ambassador, I'll do that. So from doing that, within 6 months, I think their followers doubled.
Oh, wow.
And then I know that their sales went up by, like, 200% at the liquor store that I, like, did a promo video for.
That's dope.
So, like, us collabing was definitely, like, a plus on their end. You know, it's good beer. Like,
that's good.
I will always be honest about beer if it was not good. But but I feel as though there's something about black people when it comes to beer because it's just like quality.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Over quantity, I feel like the beer market is so like you can make so much cheap beer and make so much money. But when you actually make a quality beer that's good and you can price it, you know, at a good price point, it's fucking bomb. It's
That's
really,
dope.
really
That's dope. And that's a great thing. Like the fact that you was able to, you know, come on board, do what you do, and make sure that, hey, you know what, I got value. I can add value to the situation, and you know, you got something going on, and hey, we could just help. We could just work.
They really took a chance on me. Nah, like I told them on the phone, I'm like, yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure if like you guys will be a beer ambassador, like this will happen. Like your sales are probably like double. And I'm just saying this. I truly believe, you know, that it was gonna happen. But I think like watching it happen was kind of like, holy shit, like it actually fucking happened.
Because
like,
you spoke it into existence, though.
It was. They were like, yo, Bria, like everything you said, like had me in a photo shoot. We had a nice little like toast and a little celebration. You know, just you know, honoring to that whole partnership. So yeah, really, 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 really grateful for Soul Mega. Shout out to Jahi and Elliot.
That's dope. That's dope. Hey, so look, y'all, man, she talked about Brews and Views. She talked about her brand, you know what I'm saying, her as a DJ. And we going to go ahead and get into one of her mixes, man, because like I said, she got this For the DMV thing that we got to talk about. So we going to get into a mix right quick, man. Don't go nowhere. Don't touch that dial. Grind hard, dream big. The harder you grind, the bigger you dream. Let's get to it.
Show.
DJ Mafia.
Hey, Static. What we tell they at? Hey. I'm in my bag. Back up in my deal. I just cut the whole bag just to flip. I ain't even roll a Grammy out that bit. You smoking miss, I'm going Scotty on that bit. Yeah. I say, back up in my deal. I just cut the whole bag just to flip. I ain't even roll a Grammy out that bit. You smoking miss, I'm going Scotty on that bit.
Big yak, big bag, we on the yak. I just got a couple plays, I got moving fast. I just be fucking one way, I can't do low bags. I ain't got nothing to say, you can't do the math.
Add it up, these niggas wanna talk, better come with us. If you don't push up with the funds, you can't fuck with us. Cause all my niggas getting money, smoke a lot of rum. Keep that salsa in my blunt.
She shine like ice, crystals white, shine like stars, do it right, off the rip, they can see the light. I just be who I be, I don't need the hype. Since I be who I be, I gotta keep a pipe. Green out, red bean, passing through the night.
I keep that Nina with me, I ain't bout to fight. But if I got you, the end ready, tell that boy good night. Last nigga I rock who just came home, I say it's time to slide. Back up in my deal, I just cut the whole pad, just cut the pad. I ain't even roll a Grammy out that bitch. Smoking miss, I'm going Scotty on that, going outside. I say, back up in my deal, I just cut the whole pack, just to flip, just cut the pack. I ain't even roll a Grammy out that bitch. You smoking miss, I'm going Scotty on that, going outside. That pet touchdown, don't take one day, that shit be gone. These folks already know what kind of time I'm on. He on some funny shit, then I'm gon' grab it. But if he try get money, tell that boy to hit my phone.
Hit my phone, bags in for the low. Get them flown, fresh up for the bow. Had to get my bread up, I started with an O. He fucking with my paper, we gon' have to wipe his nose.
Can't nobody cook this shit like me instead. Told her yeah before you play with him, this shit get tragic. Super penny all the way, a shogun shack attack. And if my brody say it's something, you know I get active.
He just wanna eat me out. Maybe that's down for the broke my mouth. I ain't gonna talk, they know what I'm about. Fall out, fall back out, no doubt. Up so high, why would I look down? I don't gotta fit inside no crowd, but I do like to jump in and beat your ass one on one. I don't drop bitches, if you gonna talk that shit, better come with it. Whenever I talk my shit, they gon' fuck with it. Every time I drop my shit, they roll with it. We gon' talk your shit, bitch. I'ma go dumb money, no vacation on me. Smoke all these bitches like I got a green thumb on me. I make my own money, I don't need your money. Hoes be stuck on me like I got gum on me. Different color diamonds like the rainbow. They act too much haters like I made them. It's a good day if I say so. Be quiet, little hoe, you ain't getting no pesos.
so you ain't say you do it like that. I'm good in my city, I be around. Why you be around bro niggas like that? Ain't chasing nobody, ain't playing no tag. I play with my bad if you play Simon Says. Sword up to the zombie, like the Walking Dead. Your girl on my shoulder, she giving me money, you heard what she said. The money for life as I ride to the edge. You was no friend, can't know me. Your time is up, go stay on the bench. We flipping a quarter and make it make sense.
If you talking, I better see some money for real. Toting the heat, school fire drill. She sleep booming, y'all ain't for real. My niggas for L and they ready to kill. Bitches OG like swallowing pills. Niggas be Nick, talking me mill. Niggas be Nick, talking me mill. Screaming ass niggas, I better not catch you. I see a lot, I'ma blast you. I guess really vacuum in. These niggas stiff as a statue. But life is for life. 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 Life is for life. Hey.
Young nigga flip. I got niggas that's ready to attack. Boy, you this booty, you do it off a tab. Damn sure you ain't say you do it like that. I'm good in my city, I be around. Why you be around bro niggas like that? Ain't chasing nobody, ain't playing no tag. I play with my bad if you play Simon Says. Sword up to the zombie, like the Walking Dead. Your girl on my shoulder, she giving me head. I talk to the money, you heard what she said. The money for life is
Yeah, that was lit right there. That was that part 6, right? That part 6.
I dropped that a day before my birthday, my 28th birthday. That sounds crazy saying. My 28th birthday was the 27th of December. I dropped Audio Festival Part 6 the day before.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So going hard with it. So that just segues, a perfect segue for the DMV. How did this come about? How did this come about?
So honestly, I have this thing for like tweeting things that like I don't know if I can see the future or what, but like a couple years ago when I first started DJing, because I'm not from here and because I wasn't on Instagram and I didn't have a huge following on Twitter, a lot of people wouldn't take a chance on me, so I would only do like local events. So I've always dedicated my music to paying homage to local artists because my library is like half local stuff from doing shows.
Okay.
So I've always wanted to do a mix. Like I remember tweeting maybe back in like 2016 or 17 about doing a mix where I have like a DMV artist on the intro and on the outro. But pretty much, you know, I've just been, you know, seeing this conversation about DMV music and a particular person who runs their own platform said something about the music scene out here. So I didn't really start a conversation. I literally just mentioned like 50 artists.
Okay.
And from there, it just opened up a huge conversation about, okay, but where are the hits? Just because I like the music and just because they're my friends doesn't necessarily mean that it's good music or it's radio-ready music.
Gotcha.
So I DJ'd for a platform in California, and this is unintentional. Well, it was unintentional. It's a continuation, but I DJ'd for this platform when I was doing virtual shows at the beginning of COVID, and I did all for the DMV. That's the very first one. It's just for the DMV.
Okay.
I released it. It got a lot of like plays, but then I got into like another like public disagreement on Twitter about the music scene.
Okay.
So actually, I'm sorry, that's not what happened. What happened was I saw the radio do their little segment for local music.
Okay.
And just thought that like, you know, well, let me just put together my resources and try to do something for local music. So I did a continuation of For the DMV.
Okay.
And just started doing, I was doing them every week. So it was For the DMV, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4, all the way up to Volume 10. Then after Volume 10, I started doing audio festivals and just started making like flyers that were like festival style and like doing surprise drops.
So getting in your creative bag, in a sense, is like, okay, you
For
know.
sure.
Yeah, so it's like, because, you know, I know, you know, 2020 for a lot of people was hard, especially for my artists, you know, like I said, me being an artist too, it's like, okay, well, dang, man, the world is just like on road. Like, where do we go? What do we do?
Yeah.
You know, so for you to be able to maneuver through that and still, you know, connect with artists, put them in position to win, and you know, be generic with the music and the process and the selection and the shows. How were you able to like do that like weekly? Like, because I know even with the collaboration, like, you know, Only Vibes and For the DMV and those shows, how were you able to like, okay, you know what, this amount of artists this week, then another artist, then we just switch it up. How were you able to critique that?
So pretty much I've really just based it on the shows that I used to do.
Okay.
And I was just like, all right, well, I've worked as a bartender for a show. You know,
Okay.
I've sponsored a show with Stella. I've been the DJ for a show, so I feel like I could like bring to the table all the things that would make a good like set. Only Vibes have reached out to me to be a brand ambassador and a house DJ.
Okay.
And I told them that I had an idea. I came across, now I wasn't doing this prior, like listening to artist music, but I came across like one particular artist that I thought like, yo, like this person needs a platform, this person needs an outlet
Right.
for real. His name's Master Mold, and
Okay.
I'm managing him right now. We were doing the managing thing last year, just like fairly new, but I believe we're going to try to dip into some new initiatives this year.
Okay.
But he was the first artist that I booked, and I had put him on volume 9.
Okay.
And from there, I just was able to book all the people that I had featured in the mixes.
Okay.
So, like, I already had, like, set lineups
Right.
because, like, based off of that. So, like, my
That's
first
dope.
show was, like, in July. And I got people from different volumes. And then it was originally, like, 7 or 8 artists, me DJing included, 5 songs, because I feel like, you know, right now people are doing, like, an average of, like, 2-3 minute songs.
Okay.
That's, like, a 15, 20-minute set time
Right,
for real.
right.
And with everything going on, people's attention spans just, like, aren't as long.
Okay.
So just, like, short, intimate shows, like 5 songs. So it was really, really easy to book. And because I had already had this connection with these artists, like, she featured me on a mix. Like, she made me graphics. Like, she made me
That's
visuals.
dope. That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she, like, pretty much it was just, like, a mutual thing.
Got you.
So people were really open to doing the shows. And I just had, like, over 100 artists that I could just reach out to each week. Like, hey, you want to perform? Like, hey.
That's dope. That's
So
dope.
it just was super, super organic in how it worked out. And just, like, Trilla, my partner with DJ Mafia, she works at 930 Club.
Okay.
So she has venue experience, and it's just been, like, a really, really huge help as we, curate these shows for real. So
That's dope. So, like, it's not just you, like, this whole machine, like, it take a team. So the fact that you had
exactly,
that, that's
and
dope.
that's
dope.
another thing that I took away from, the response was, okay, I'm like, yo, this is the radio, and this is what they're doing. Like, they're doing a live, and they're playing, like, 30 seconds of content. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So
For sure.
I'm thinking, like, all right, well, I have a roommate who is a photographer, a creative director, a graphic designer. I have a roommate who's an engineer, a producer, plays a guitar.
Right.
I have a roommate who DJs as well. She sings. She works in a venue.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like a whole house full of creatives. And I'm saying, well, if this is what the people on the radio can do, like, what can I do with
Right.
my team? And literally, like, Static, Mark, Trilla have all been a huge help in regards to, like, how I've even been able to do the things I'm able to do. So shout out to, you know what I'm saying, my creative partners.
That's dope.
for
Know what I'm
sure.
saying? That's the Mafia for
Definitely.
real. Yeah.
Yes.
That's all right. Because normally when I think of Mafia, I be like, okay, now I'm saying Goodfellas. Oh, hold up. Somebody about to get. You
So
feel me?
it's actually crazy. The Mafia has, like, several definitions. I actually
Okay.
want to get, like, shirts printed on these or whatever. But it's pretty much like a group, like, that is really, like, against, like, just a group that's, like, against standard policy. You know,
Okay.
or you have to have more than one person to make it a mafia. You
Okay.
know? Like, you have to have a team of people behind you trying to reach the same goal. And a lot of people try to correlate that into being negative, because I hear, like, the perception here in America is that the mafia
the
can
mafia,
be negative.
right.
But
Exactly.
for me, I think this is wrong, but you almost can't spell family without mafia. Almost, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So
That's deep. That's deep.
how I
Okay.
look at it. Family to me is just my mafia, because some family ain't always family, for
Okay.
real. So it's people that have, like, I've networked with and connected with and built relationships with, like, not even this year, it's only 2 days in, but, like, this past year, that have definitely held weight and have been, way more genuine than, like, people that are, supposed to be my blood, like my family, for real.
Got you.
So
For real.
that shit is a great help as well.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And I realized that, like you said, it take a team. So it's like, the fact that y'all all hold each other accountable too. So it's like, of course, everybody may not see things eye to eye, but at the end of the day, it's like that vision, that goal, that purpose, and what we doing. So with the shows, I was able to pop out, and I always support it, because I'm always gonna support. That's what I just do. That's just me. So I popped out to the joint, and what I can really say about this platform and how it comes about, similar to other shows, well, actually not even similar to other shows. What was different about this was, okay, cool, I buy a ticket, I'm supporting the artist, but at the same time, I'm getting the whole experience. Like, I'm able to not only, see the artist perform, which is really good, but I'm able to network, I'm able to connect, I'm able to do so many things. And in the DMV, I feel like that's a struggle because, we have a lot of venues in which artists just come through, they rap, they do their thing. But you're presenting so many other avenues. You don't necessarily got to perform. You could just be there, network, build. Hey, man, I see you doing your thing. You rap, I rap too. Okay, cool. We could connect. Oh, yeah, you do videos, I do videos, something like that. It's just a collaboration. So that nice, creative, healthy space was definitely dope to see.
Yeah.
And I think it's different from a lot of other
The biggest
venues,
takeaway from that, honestly, for real, and, even though Only Vibes are no longer in a partnership, I have to say that I have to pay homage and, give them credit for, me being able to build my platform and that opportunity with me having to not pay for venue space definitely gave me leverage because I feel like as a curator or a promoter, when you are booking venues, you have to compensate, like we mentioned before. You have to be able to compensate or pay for the space, and I didn't have to do that, so that definitely took a lot of stress, for me, and that was one thing I didn't have to worry about. So it was really just having people come in and setting up a nice platform to where you're being mindful. It is COVID, and having a good rotation of artists and people. So you start off with like a live artist or a live painter, or you start off with like me DJing and me playing a mix for an hour, and then because it's for the DMV, instead of me DJing, I can book people to DJ, and I don't have to necessarily DJ. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and I can
dope.
just play my mixes in between,
Right.
and that way people are like, it's called for the DMV, but some people have no idea that I have 16 mixes.
Wow,
like they just know
crazy.
that they've probably been on one or they've heard of it or they heard about for the DMV the show, but had no idea that it started off as a mixtape compilation,
That's
like a
crazy.
mix compilation. So that was the main thing with Only Vibes is like setting up, like they have an amazing studio, have an amazing space, and what Jeremiah does with his clothes and what he does with his team, that's a great thing. And visually, it's I feel like it's a known thing now. Everybody sees the orange, you see the black, the Only Vibes sign with the lady and the man,
right.
like the bathroom sign. So yeah, aesthetically wise, it's really, really good. And I think we did create like a really nice experience for people when we were doing shows. So.
That's dope. And like I said, that's the biggest thing. Like what I always see about you, and the thing is, you always paying homage, because it's like you're not just that type of person to be like, oh yeah, you know what, I'm past them, da 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 this other thing. You always pay homage.
This is actually great to talk about. I feel as though people see like OG Bree on Twitter, they see DJ Mafia, and they see how passionate I am about the music here, about the platforms here, and think that's aggression. Or if I'm vocal about things that I don't like, what I'm saying? Like, there could be things that I don't like about you, but until there's disrespect, then that's when we can really have to part ways. But, you know what I'm saying? If there are things I don't agree with, and especially on a platform where I think it's harder as well too, and people are getting this mixed conception with social media. Is that like people are becoming just extremely more confident because we're in the crib, like that's all you can do for real.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like I'm only going to this outlet because a lot of people know us both on this platform, so I'm able to get my word out. Because if I was able to pop up in certain spaces and be vocal about shit, I definitely would. You know what I'm saying? But I'm really not in the space to do so. So I think for me, a lot of people confuse that and think that I'm just like all the time on Twitter, but it's just like, nah, like I wouldn't say shit if I wasn't doing shit. And I also, you know what I'm saying, I'm not just saying shit randomly. I've just had so many conversations with like-minded people or people who have had similar experiences with other platforms and other creatives in this area that, I'm actually grateful that people have used me as a voice of reason or as an outlet to express some of the things that they feel the same way about.
That's dope. And that's the thing, like, I feel like, once again, like, you being a trailblazer for the community, and I always say that, you probably be like, dang, he always be tweeting, he always be showing love, but that's always me doing that, because it's like, yo, that's always been that, because it's like,
and what's
yo,
wrong with that? You know
there's
what I'm
nothing
saying?
wrong with that, and
there's
there's nothing wrong with
that.
showing love, and I'll be like, look, man, Bree, she been grinding, she been working, she gonna figure it out, she good, I don't need to sit there, she already know, like, yeah, you already know the vibes and everything, so for me, it's just like, it's a great thing to see. So for the, like I said, for the DMV and what you've been doing, like I said, I'm the type of person to be like, look, man, she been working for a long, long period of time. It's been coming, all this way. What more would you like to see, you know, with the DMV music area, and what do you feel like, okay, you know, where's more assistance needed? Like, what do you feel like you could help more, or, you know, kind of bring forth what you did with the DMV so far in the mixes? Like, is there anything else you want to add to it?
So pretty much like we've just been, you know, studying shows and realizing that we are in a pandemic. One, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I know that I'm affected by it in regards to what I used to do in my career in the beer industry. You know, everybody in my home is affected by it. And it's really just, you know, how do we come together and use our resources without monetary compensation?
Okay.
So for the shows, you know, and that was the disconnect that I had, you know, with previous platforms I was working with payouts and not thinking that pay was equivalent and realizing that I wasn't even getting paid myself, you know, at times. So just understanding that, you know, people will be willing to offer services in exchange for other services. So, you know, moving forward when we curate shows, instead of like paying artists, you know, you need somebody to invest in you. And I feel like a lot of people out here don't invest in each other. So say you had, you know, like us, and we want to do something for the DMV, or just do something solely with Trilla K, with Super Static, with DJ Mafia. You know that if you do anything with us, that in exchange you could get either free graphics in return, free DJ services. So if you have a gig, me and Trilla will pull up and DJ for you. You could choose one of us or both of us. Or if you're a DJ, you can choose DJ sessions, and we'll DJ and practice and book a session all on your time. Like, you know what I'm saying? No charge. Or if you want to get in the studio, say you do music and, you know, maybe your music isn't as good quality, or you're not able to afford studio time because we are in a pandemic, you can get 2 hours of studio time. I can come up and sponsor an event with Brews and Views. Mark can do some graphics for you, cover art for a project or for a single. So what I would like to see in 2021 is just progressive resources, progressive content.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? Where we're more open to sharing space and sharing creative process in order for us to all be successful. And that's why it's local than global, because I feel as though a lot of people go global, but in a situation like this, a lot of people are right back local, you know, back relying on the foundation that they kind of started from, for real. And I feel like if you solidify yourself at home, you can go anywhere.
That's
like,
facts.
why do you think I'm able to do the things that I'm doing here? Not to say that I'm solidified in Delaware, but that's just to say that I have a base. Like, I have a family and I have a group of people who support me. That's, you know, I still have majority like Delaware followers and stuff. So, you know, like, just understanding that if you have that, like, that safety net of like, yo, home supports me, so I can go anywhere because I know that I can go back home and get those opportunities. It may not be as of an abundance, you know, being somewhere like DC and Baltimore and like in PG, but I know at the same time that if, you know, I had to go back to home, that I could look for opportunities and reach out to people. Yeah,
facts. So it's like the fact that you was able to network and build those relationships. I think networking is very, very underrated.
Very important.
And it's it's very important, but I feel like it's very underrated here. A lot of people do not, like I said, for me, I ain't gonna lie, like, as an artist, you know, coming to a DJ, regardless of the name or whatever like that, I know as an artist, when I first started doing it, it's like, all right, man, I got my flash drive, I'm pulling up on the DJ boom, you know what I'm saying? I make music. But it's like, dang, did I even say hello? Did I even build? You know, those type of things. So I think what people need to realize is, you know, us as artists, us as creators, you know, the DJs are very, very vital to, you know, our careers, because, you know, we need them. They're the ones that break the music. They're the ones,
and
you know,
DJs are vital in breaking this cycle, too, because, like, for instance, right, you said you pull up, like, with a flash drive. Now, for me, like, if I was DJing and you're like, yo, I got music on a flash drive, you know, as a DJ, I'll explain to people like, yo, you know, I could definitely put your flash drive in, but I'm like DJing right now. You know, it might take me a minute to like get your, you know, your file and put it over into my crate over here, and, or just understanding like good etiquette or how things work. I feel like there are a lot of DJs and there are a lot of influencers here that, you know what I'm saying, I would say have knowledge in certain areas, but they aren't as open to sharing those things, versus like me, anything that I know will be a benefit to anybody around me, I'm going to share. And I just feel like the things that we've seen here, that like in regards to even the things that we're hearing about, like contracts, you know, like artists making money and how artists like truly aren't making money, you know what I'm saying, unless they are kind of tied into sponsorships, endorsements, you know what I'm saying, like think about it, like Travis Scott and this McDonald's shit, right? This is just my little theory, but everybody knows how extravagant Travis Scott concerts are.
Absolutely.
So with the pandemic going on and him not being able to do anything to the magnitude of that, what's something else that's going to be as equivalent? Because he made a lot of bread.
Right.
Maybe not as much bread as touring, but it was enough to kind of save face for that contract
Right.
or for his label, because you have to make so much money because they put so much money into
you. Yeah.
And just educating people and saying like, okay, we've seen this system work and we work for others, and ultimately it didn't work. So how do we initiate, you know what I'm saying, outlets or resources that will be beneficial to everyone? Like, we can all make money, but at the same time, you know, that I can call you for a sound guy.
Right.
I can call you for a camera guy.
Right.
I can call you for an engineer. I
Right.
can call you for a DJ.
Yeah.
I can call you for a graphic designer.
Right.
You know, we should all be able to pick up the phone, and no matter what social circle or whatever, who you know, because you just have the knowledge and you're willing to share those things. And in return, you know, maybe you don't have money, but like I said, there may be something that somebody may have that may be a benefit to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and you can say, hey, bro, I'll look out for you on these graphics. But my mans, you know, that I'm doing music with
Yeah.
would like to get in the stew. If you could look out for him an hour or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, I got you. Like,
Yeah.
that should be the new norm around
Yeah,
here.
I think knowledge is the new money. Like,
Man.
that's what it is. Like, I feel like knowledge is the new money, because the thing about it is, like, yeah, bro, I can sit on a bag or something. That's cool, but like if I'm not doing nothing with the bag and really trying to put others in position, or just trying to help people in general, I feel like, man, then I'm wasting my time.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like, you know, like I've always said with artists, they gotta find ways to create, because, you know, of course it's like, man, I'm not heard, man. Y'all don't see me, man. Like, don't get discouraged by that. Continue to create, because little do you know, somebody likes it. Somebody likes it.
and
Somebody
also
likes
too,
what you do. Like, real life, they like what you do. No kissing.
And I feel like as a curator, or just somebody who's like giving an opportunity to people, you know, for me, it's not about what I like. You know what I'm saying? I feel as though I like people as individuals
Right.
as well, and I wouldn't give anybody an opportunity if I didn't necessarily agree with who they were as a person.
Right, okay.
But in regards to the artistry, how I look at it is the people who are invested in themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, if you're sending me quality content like all the time, like you're coming to a show, like you're doing the things, you know what I'm saying, like, and showing face and giving a mutual support. Like, that is the one thing that, like, that, and it just goes back into resources, that like, there has to be a mutual support system out here, and
I
just
agree
no
with you on
matter
that.
no matter, you know, what lane you're in, it should be, hey, I see you coming out the DMV trying to make it. Let me support you. Like,
Right.
let me be open to putting my hand out and
Right.
and willing to help you.
Right,
So.
and that's what it was for me, to be honest. Like I said, back in 2015, like I said, the mindset that I got now compared to then is like, yeah, man, I was an artist starving, trying to get on shows, starving, trying to get heard, starving to do this, but I was just investing. People probably like, bruh, Jay, you crazy? Like, what? Why you keep paying to get on gigs? Why you keep, because I love it. You feel me? And at the end of the day, it was just like, look, like, you had that hunger, you got that drive, like, you was just trying to learn more, and it was like, what's next? So you never really settled in my eyes. You never really got too comfortable. You were like, all right, man, what can I learn next? What can I get my hands on next? What can I do next? So that's what I liked, because, like I said, a lot of people in the area, you know, don't get too comfortable, y'all. Don't get too comfortable to the point where you can't expand.
Yeah.
You feel me?
And going back to the like thing as well, you know, what I was saying about like not liking the music, like as a curator not liking music, and then realizing that because I'm giving you the opportunity, that's gonna give you the window for people to like your stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I don't think that a lot of people take themselves out of that personal box and just say like, it's not about me, you know, personally, it's about what chance or what could happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, off of just being this outlet for somebody. So
Yeah, that's
and paying
definitely
for
dope.
shows, like, that's a whole other thing too. And that just goes back into you know, I was getting ready to do a collaboration with a curator who was known for like charging artists for doing shows, and the show is something about where artists will get paid. And just understanding that for them, when you're investing your own money, normally before, like, when venues are open, that's the way that sometimes you have to compensate in order to, you know, for you to make a little bit of money and for you to pay the venue as well.
Right.
And I feel as though if people were more vocal about financial literacy in regards to those things, you know, maybe people come to the table like, all right, well, if it's a $25 slot, do I get like a free drink? You know what I'm saying? Or do I get like a free beer? That's when Brews and Views comes in.
Right,
And it's like, yes, you do get a free beer if you do come in and, you know what I'm saying? If I, like things of that nature. And then from there, oh shit, I get a free beer. Oh, what do you do? Oh, it's Brews and Views. Hey, bro, what's your next event? You want me to come do the same thing? Like, that's how it's
you're of service to someone. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not just, oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You did this, that, and the third, and you don't feel like you're valuable in the situation.
Yeah, so because think about the shows where you had to pay, right? Majority of those shows where you paid, like, did those shows, like, turn back around and, like, really invest in you? I know Open Gym had a really good history of doing shows. They were at Milk Boy when Trilla and I were at Milk Boy. Shout out to Nature Boy. They were there when we were there. And, like, pretty much they would drop content, their visuals, you know, they're promoing each week for a show, no matter where we're at. So I feel like that is definitely a platform that, and I'm not sure if people paid. I'm not sure how it worked, but I do know in return that they were giving content. You know, it wasn't just like people were paying. It was just like some random one-off show, and you know, there was nothing to show for it. So
and like I said, even with the career-wise in the DMV and like saying it, because like I said, I've been around for a long time with it and just seeing it grow. But like the notion of rapping and rolling, like, you feel me? Like, that was really, that's something that did not sit well with me. I know I tweeted about it before and posted it on social media how I felt about it, because it's like, you know, we have so much talent. It's like the talent is here. The talent is there. So it's like, why is it more so we can't build with each other? I don't know if it's like the neighborhood thing, go. I don't know.
Crab in a barrel mentality.
That mentality,
you already know what it is. You know, and that's the thing. And for me, this is like such a hard topic here, and this is just from an outsider looking in, because I am an outsider. Like, I'm from Delaware.
Right, I got you.
So for me, and even in Delaware, like, at first I didn't understand go-go music. Like, Delaware is two-step, and it's really quick, bop, like, you know? But go-go is just like, Like, it's just like, and for me, I just didn't know how to dance it. I'm like, I didn't know you could really throw ass to go-go music until my birthday, my 27th birthday. Trilla took me to a go-go, and she was throwing ass. And I was like, yo, bro, like, all right, bet. But just having that that understanding that, like, go-go music is authentic. Like, it is homegrown. You know, that's y'all's. Like, it's yours. And you can meet somebody, even people from Baltimore. Like, you can meet people from PG, people from DC that have a genuine love for go-go music. Right. And I feel as though people love it because it created so many outlets. And like I said, this is just from what I see. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's created so many outlets, you know what I'm saying, for younger individuals, even for older individuals. And that love that people have for go-go, I wish it could be correlated or it could be synonymous with the love for any music that comes out the DMV.
Yeah,
because how I feel personally is that almost every creative or every person that does music here is influenced by go-go in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you could do rock music. You could be into punk music. You could be into trap music. You could be an R&B singer. You could be an Afrobeat. Like, you could do all, but that fucking go-go come on is, hey, everybody is just, you know what I'm saying? So I just wish that people here could be like, oh, that's J-Flow. He from, you know, PG, you know, da-da-da. Like, because he from PG off Bucks, we gonna fuck with him. Maybe you don't fuck with the music, but because it's homegrown, you know what I'm saying? And because you guys probably have similar influences or probably have something in common in one way, shape, or another, that's family. That's mafia. I feel like that's where the support system should come from.
Yeah, for sure.
That's how I feel. Like, I'm here. You know, I would do the same thing in Delaware. Like, as I'm here, I'm looking at the people around me, and I'm trying to create opportunities for all, and not just like a certain group of individuals, because everybody's so talented.
Yeah,
like,
and that's how I look at it too. Like,
why
I'm like,
focus on one group? You can focus on so many, and people would be
right,
like, yo,
exactly.
like, look at all this talent. Who knew? Like, y'all knew, whole team. Like, whole team.
Yeah, for real though. And that's what I'm saying. Like, for me, it's just a beautiful thing. Like I said, a lot of people be like, bro, like, you just be plugging people in. Like, it's not even that. It's just the fact that like I said, surrounding myself with that great energy. And what people don't realize, like, you are one of the people that really kept me going with this. Because it's like, Jason, like, for real, like, you realize I've been doing this thing, like, nah, don't quit, keep going, keep applying pressure, like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you the same thing, too, so it's like, yeah, because sometimes we feel like, hey, we got, like, man, nah, I'm about to just throw it all, nah, don't throw it all away.
Nah,
you just been doing, why would you? So it's just that notion, like, yeah, man, you just been going and grinding and keep going and you won't stop.
Goes back to educating people, because I feel like it's a lost hope when you don't see the money coming in and you don't, you know, get the the popularity or the streams or the plays that you would like. So you become discouraged, not realizing that there are so many other ways to invest in yourselves in, in regards to artistry. You know, like you right now doing this podcast.
Yeah.
Like, who would have known, you know, in 2015 that you and I would be sitting here doing this? Like, you started doing videos on Instagram. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like now we're here, and this could be something potentially for you to make money, or somebody could see this or see that I'm talking about Brews and Views and say, or Soul Mega might see it. I might send it to them. They might say, hey, next time you're here, we're gonna throw Soul Mega can on a table. And if their sales go up, they're gonna come back out to you and say, yo, can we keep giving you Soul Mega? You know what I'm saying? And like it's a domino effect of things. Like, and I feel like that people don't understand, like, even though you may be a good artist, invest in yourself more and tap into your potential of what you can do outside of music or things that will influence your music. Because
and that's dope.
Now this is a gateway for people to tap into your music.
Right.
Like, oh, Jay Flow has a podcast. I didn't even know he had music. Let me tap into his music.
Yeah,
or you can start doing your music in between too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
facts.
or intros or anything. So
to plug
invest
in
in yourself.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's
Just
the best
invest in yourself.
That's the best investment. Hold on, but I forgot. Hold on. Wait. Not only in the area though, you did shows Puerto Rico, Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
All that too though.
You know what I just realized? New Year's yesterday. I actually started off the new year last year, 2020, in Delaware.
Ooh.
I did a New Year's party back home, which ended in a fight. That's Delaware for you. In my 27 years, I didn't think that I would see that at that age back home, but that's what happened. So I should have known from that moment that I would choose violence all last year. But I DJ'd Delaware at the beginning of the year. Then we went to Puerto Rico for Opaline. Opaline did a show in Puerto Rico. Shout out to Civilisma. That was one of the funnest times of my life. Like, I had too much fun. Got back from Puerto Rico, and we went to Atlanta a couple times. We didn't end up DJing in Atlanta, but we did hit the studio and had a lot of connections in Atlanta. Came back, did a show in Brooklyn on a rooftop in the middle of summer. Flew out to Cali, did a show out there for Only Vibes. We came back, and we actually did do a show in Atlanta. Then did a show in Philly. And I went to Miami, but I ended up DJing for Girl World. Shout out to Damo. And a DJ for Girl World while I was in Miami. So, yeah, in a panoramic, I was able to go cross country and still DJ. And it was dope as fuck. And that was my first time in Miami and in LA. So
that's dope. That's what I'm saying. So you were able to take it beyond just one area, and that's the thing. Like, I just feel like the ambition, like the hustle, is not talked about enough. Like, Bree, like it's surreal to see. Like, I don't think
and none of
people
that
really know. Like, that's really surreal.
I wasn't expecting any of that. Like, I've always been like, I'm gonna go to Cali. I'm gonna go to LA. But just, like, randomly went because I think Chill and Statter were going to go out there and do some business with Jay Amore. And they were like, you should come. I was like, all right, bet. And then Miami had a homegirl that was out there and asked me to come down with her. And was able to actually drove down there. I'm not scared of flying. I just prefer driving. I love to drive. So I drove to Miami. Chill and Statter came with me, too. So yeah, just been for me, like, who would have thought that my first time in those places would be like during a pandemic?
That would
like,
be crazy,
really,
right? Yeah, nobody would have thought that. Like, whoa.
Really.
That's
so,
crazy.
But for me, it was actually kind of cool because it wasn't really like the hype beast kind of like, you know, overcrowded, like popular areas. It was extremely chill, and some places actually aren't as severe as it is here. It's a little bit more lax. So. Yeah, Miami and Cali were a good time.
That's good. That's good. I'm just happy that you were able to still maneuver and do your thing. Like I always said, I'll be like, look, hey, bro, she been grinding. She been doing her thing,
I
man.
really should have known off Bucks because, like, the first 2 months, I probably did, like, 10 virtual shows. Like, really. And it was just like, where's your first show? Where's your first show? And I'm just like, damn, like, it's really a lot of virtual shows. Like, I have a lot of content for virtual shows. Like, For the DMV started on a virtual show. I recorded the very first For the DMV live. That mix is one take live, like radio live on Instagram.
That's crazy. And that's what I'm saying. It's just the work that you keep putting in, but it's the fact that you putting in so much work that it's like, man, look, I can't even keep up. You just dropped part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, oh my goodness, like, hold on, slow down. I just got through 6.
Well, and this is the
It's
thing
like,
about
nah,
it. You know what? Yeah, I have to pay homage to everyone in the DMV, any artist, any creative that reached out to me, sent me content. The only reason that I'm able to keep doing these mixes is because people constantly send me music. Like, whenever I say, like, hey, guys, send me music, I truly, like, I'll minimum get at least, like, 10 emails. But if I sit through the week and, like, really let people email me, I'm downloading, like, 100 songs at a time. Like, people are sending projects, like, unreleased songs. Like, there are other DJs from, like, other places that are sending me exclusives. Like, it's just crazy. So, like, I shout out to everybody that's been sending music because that's the only reason I've been able to do so many volumes. Like, and I could go out and search for the music, but it's like I haven't done that because I didn't want to be biased.
Right.
Be like, I like this person's music. Let me feature them. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like,
right.
you know, I did go out the way and do that.
Right.
And it was a benefit in a sense, but it's just that I don't want to be known for doing that because I want to, you know, give everyone like an equal opportunity to have a platform.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
being real with it, that's all right.
Paying homage to y'all, like y'all sending me music is the reason I'm able to drop all these mixes.
That's what's up. DJBreeMafia.com. Make sure you check that joint out.
I'll put the battery in my bag for real. Yeah, check out DJBreeMafia.com.
Make sure you check that joint out, man.
If you like coding services, graphic design services, I do them all. I coded my whole webpage, so.
She plugging herself in, man, for real, man. And like I said, man, we hit on almost everything. We talked about her. We talked about the Bruce and Fuse. We talked about for the DMV. We talked about how she was able to maneuver through the pandemic.
I think that was everything,
like
honestly.
That. Like almost every single thing. And it's like, what can she do? And, you know, like I said, I always wanted her to prosper. I always wanted her to grow. And I'm just glad that she's just growing like a big flower. Just my very eyes just looking, oh my goodness, it's so large
but
now.
everyone,
you know,
like, everyone's right there with me though.
Yeah,
like that's
so
the
it's
thing
crazy,
about this. Like I'm
know?
going up and I'm literally bringing everyone. Like as many people that want to hop on, I'm gonna take everybody. We're all going to the top.
So
like,
that's the dopest thing about it, y'all. And like I said, I appreciate you for taking the time out of your busy schedule.
I appreciate
Once
you
again,
for having me.
It's like, oh my goodness, like DJ Bree finally been able to do this, and it's like it means the world to me. I want you to prosper, Queen. Keep doing what you do. Grind hard, dream big. The harder you grind, the bigger you dream. Yeah.
Thanks
the harder
so much,
you grind, the
Jesus.
bigger you
Dope.
dream. Yeah. Go ahead, Steve. We out, man. Let's get it. Play that commercial, man. That's so crazy.
You got your music?
Come on now, stop playing with yourself. Playing with that time. Doing what you want to do. You can't be selfish. You can be selfish with your dreams. You can be selfish with your goals, but you can't be selfish. I can't do this. I can't do that. Why? Because you keep complaining. You're not working. You can either be positive or you could be negative. Stop complaining. Stop worrying about them. You got you. The best investment is in yourself. You. Y-O-U. Grind hard, dream big. The harder you grind, the bigger you dream. Yeah. Harder you grind, the bigger you dream. Yeah.